Morning, everyone. It's Friday again. What is it? It's Friday, guys. What's going on? I hope you're all doing well. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to Stretford Post. Welcome to Breaking Dawn. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're having a fantastic morning, evening, night, wherever you are in the world. Thank you so much for joining me this morning, guys. Before I start, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Smash a like on the video. All that lovely, generous stuff. Really nice of you, isn't it, guys? But thank you, everyone, for joining me. Big up all bars one, the early birds. You're in the house. Big up yourself. I hope you're doing well. Big up the early birds. Big up. You're in NYC. You're New York City. Is it? Very, very nice. Very nice. Lucky for some, of course. Big up Sanjay. What's going on, Sanjay? Hope you're doing well. Big up, Sanjay. I hope you're good, my friend. I hope you're good. Good to see Sanjay back in the house. And big up, Kenny. Hope you're doing well. You're doing well, Kenny. Don't forget the legend. Big up, Vino. What's going on? Vino, what's going on, my friend? I hope you're doing well. Really good to see you, my guy. Really good to see you in the stream. Welcome to Stretford Post. And big up, David. What's going on, my friend? Baleba, a pit bull in midfield. I love Anderson next to him. We're still out of water and exciting times. Come on, my lad. Come on, let's do this, my son. That's what it's all about. We're getting into the mood. Good morning, Sal. Congrats. Congratulations to Norway. Yeah, congratulations to Norway. Defeated Estonia. I think it was 4-1 or something like that. 3-1 or 4-1. But congratulations to Norway. The first World Cup qualification since 1998. Believe it or not, I'm not Norwegian, but I know these things. You know what I mean? That's what it's all about. But guys, let's get straight into a bit of news about Manchester United and Carlos Baleba. Now, you may remember, you scroll it back a couple of months. I spoke about Carlos Baleba and a meeting with the representatives of Manchester United at the end of October. Now, that meeting did go ahead. It did go ahead in regards to Carlos Baleba signing for Manchester United. This was all a deal which was going to be agreed in principle. Now, word is, over the last 24 hours, something has been leaked that Manchester United have got the groundwork done for a deal for Carlos Baleba. Now, that basically means that that meeting at the end of October took place and it was pretty successful. So basically, Man United have everything in place to sign Carlos Baleba. Everything is there. Carlos Baleba wants a move to Manchester United. He wants Manchester United. He doesn't want anyone else. He wants Manchester United, and he has agreed a deal in principle to go to Manchester United. Now, what is the stumbling block in regards to this deal? Now, and there's only a couple of things, but they're quite big things. Brighton would request a fee. It's not going to be 100 million. As I said before, it's not going to be 100 million. It's going to be a price in the region of 60 to 70 million euros. Now, of course, in the summer, there was rumors about Carlos Baleba, 100 million, 110 million, 115 million, some people were saying. But that is not the truth. Now, that could be due to his performances on the pitch and his price tag is reduced, or that could just be that the rumors that were circulating in the summer were exaggerated. Now, I've always said Carlos Baleba is not a 100 million player. He's not a 100 million player, but I wouldn't mind him for 60, 70 million. The second concern, of course, is his performances on the pitch. Now, this still depends on his consistency. It depends on his performances at Brighton Hove Albion. And if he doesn't pick up his performances, Manchester United may look elsewhere. For example, Angelo Stiller, who is a similar player to Carlos Baleba, they could look for alternatives to Carlos Baleba. Now, obviously, Man United can't throw money at something that isn't performing. They can't just throw money and say, here you go, here's 60, 70 million. He'll be all right at Man United. He'll pick it up. Because we know with Brighton Hove Albion, they've had players like Evan Ferguson who've been deemed the next big thing and have gone missing completely after 1 year. Completely gone to abyss. Roma are dying to get Evan Ferguson out of the Football Cup. And this is what we're talking about. So Man United, at this moment in time, cannot make any errors in regard to this. And also, I would stress, Man United's philosophy in regards to signings this season are completely different. Man United, of course, being linked to the likes of João Gomez, are looking for players that give 100%, that are mentally up there, mentally strong, that don't get swayed by anything. The concerns, of course, are legitimate. Of course, the concerns in regards to Carlos Baleba, whose head has been turned, does ring some alarm bells, is a red flag. Because let's imagine this. Carlos Baleba comes to Manchester United, signs for Manchester United, plays some great games for Man United, gets linked to Real Madrid, head turns again, down tools for Man United. Man United don't want this kind of thing. However, I'm not going to paint it with the same brush. I really do hope it works out for Carlos Baleba because I'm a big fan, you know, and I hope that he becomes a Man United player. I really do. Just like Anderson, just like Adam Wharton, just like Angelo Stiller. I hope that he becomes a Manchester United player because those are the sort of ilk of players that we need in that midfield. The midfield that is extremely loose at the moment. The other thing I would talk about is Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes playing alongside the likes of Carlos Baleba does worry me a little bit. It does worry me a little bit because obviously Bruno Fernandes is a little bit inconsistent at the moment. He's ill-disciplined in his position. And will it hamper or stifle Carlos Baleba in that midfield? And that is the one thing that I would say, because any midfielder that comes in now, that's not just Carlos Baleba, Adam Wharton, Elliot Anderson, whoever comes into that midfield, right? For example, England played yesterday. They had Anderson and was it Declan Rice in the midfield? Solid. But if you've got someone like Bruno Fernandes he's ill-disciplined and he's going all around the pitch, and you leave Carlos Baleba by himself, it does obviously cause problems, and it makes the midfield very, very open and very, very weak, especially the fact that Carlos Baleba is a CDM. He is a CDM, only 21 CDM, but he is also an attacking prowess as well. He can go forward like a number 8, like a Bruno Fernandes, in my opinion. But obviously, positive news, and that is what we're all about on here. Positive news in regards to Carlos Baleba. Carlos Baleba, groundwork has been done, deal almost complete. With the player, of course. So we all know that you can agree deals with players. You can agree a deal with a player, but if you not agree to deal with the club, as we knew with Brentford, you know it's going to take time. You know it's not completely done. But agreeing to deal with the player, obviously, is a big thing because obviously he's already declared that he wants to go to Manchester United. So obviously, Carlos Baleba, Manchester United links, been linked forever. But I honestly, guys, can I be honest with you? Regardless what I think, right? I honestly think that Carlos Baleba is going to be a Man United player. I just got this feeling about it. I look at Inios, I see the way they do things, and I do think they're very stubborn in the way they approach players. They don't just turn their back on players. I do think they're very stubborn. I do think they focus on one thing, and if they want that thing, they don't turn around from it, despite the elements. That's just my feeling. I just got a theory that he is going to be a Man United player. I just got this feeling he's going to eventually be a Man United player. Absolutely. In my humblest of humbles, of course, guys. What do you guys think? Are you happy with Carlos Baleba? Would you be up for a Carlos Baleba, Bruno Fernandes midfield? You know, would you be up for that? Let me know what you think, guys. Thank you, everyone who's joining me. I hope you're all doing well. Welcome to the stream, everyone. Welcome to Stretford Post. Hope you're all doing well. Big up everyone who's taken the time out this morning or this afternoon or this evening to see me today, of course, guys. And big up the legend, Benny. Big up the members, of course. Let's take a minute. Sal, come on. The Irish as is. Oh, mate. I ain't forgotten, mate. I was going to leave that to the end because the end is the best, isn't it? We'll go to the end. But Ireland defeating Portugal by 2-0 yesterday. Cristiano Ronaldo got sent off. Mate, I mean, look, you know, the thing with Cristiano, right? Cristiano, let me say something. Cristiano, sarcasm doesn't get you anywhere, bruv. Sarcasm doesn't get you anywhere. It just annoys people and you will end up getting yellow carded, mate. It doesn't matter who you are. Although one thing I would say, and this may sound a little bit controversial, but if that was Lionel Messi, they wouldn't have sent him off. It's because it's Cristiano Ronaldo. They sent him off. But I'm not going to take the shine from the great country of Ireland. I'm not going to take the shine from you guys. What a result. 2-0. And the World Cup is still alive. We need Ireland at the World Cup, man. It's a crack at the World Cup. Without Ireland, Ireland and America. I mean, it goes hand in hand, innit? You need to. I mean, when I go to New York, I see my brother or whatever it is. I like going to Irish pubs. I don't know, but they're just nice. Play a game of snooker or something, you know what I mean? Congrats, Islands, absolutely. Baleba is in the summer, but I hope he comes in January. I mean, look, there's a lot of possibilities about a lot of things happening in January, but I do reiterate that Man United won't spend a lot of money in January unless someone leaves. And Anderson, Wharton are very unlikely in January. Wharton's already made a gentleman's agreement that he's going to stay at Crystal Palace until the summer. Anderson, of course, Nottingham Forest are in Europe. They're in a relegation battle. So I don't think, unless Man United want to pay double his worth, I don't think Man United will go after Anderson. Because Anderson is, a friend of the show, Ben Jacobs, was speaking about Anderson and said that the 100 million is a little bit off the mark. It's a little bit less than that. It will be over 50, 60 million. So, Man United could possibly sign Anderson for 60 million. But that will be in the summer. It won't be in January. If Man United want Anderson in January, it's going to be at least 20 million. In my opinion, I do believe it'll be at least 20 million more because you'll be taking them away from Nottingham Forest, who, you know what I mean, are in a relegation battle, and I don't think they can afford to let any of their star players go, of course. Absolutely. Absolutely. Big up Irfan, Carlos Baleba and Adam Wharton and Anderson, they would win the Premier League. They would have a chance of winning the Premier League. However, Man United are not going to sign Anderson and Wharton. It will be one or the other. Two number sixes for 100 million is not going to work. Man United won't do that deal, unfortunately. Sal, Baleba from Concern Me, we do not need a player who switched on and off. And this is where you get to the other side of the spectrum. And I agree. I agree with Ephraim here. Carlos Baleba is not performing for Brighton. Let me just say that because I don't think people are listening to my lips here. Carlos Baleba is not performing for Brighton. He's been shit. And that's it. And the thing is that we have to look at this and we have to look at this pretty seriously. You can't, look, imagine, guys, can I just be honest with you guys? If there was a car, right, that you've been looking at for a while, right, and you think, I want to buy that car. I'm going to buy that car. So you eventually get the money. You got all the money together and you go into the car showroom and go, yeah, I want to try a test ride that car. If you drive the car and then it starts going, and you go to the guy who's in the car with you, what's going on with the car? What's wrong with the car? They go, oh, it does that. Yeah, but that's not a very good performance, isn't it? And I'm going to pay a lot of money for this car. Is it, it's not a very good performance if the car does that. Oh, yeah, but it's just the way it is. You can either pay the money or not. That's just the way it is. You're going to have to look at that very seriously. You're going to have to think about where you're going to put your money, isn't it? It's exactly right. Brighton have been substituting Carlos Baleba over the last few weeks, and he hasn't performed to the level that he should be, that the level he was last season. Now, that can fix. That can fix. He's 21 years old. That could fix up. But obviously, Man United have every right to be concerned. So yes, Man United agreed a deal, basically agreed a deal in principle for Baleba. They've agreed it with the player. They agreed it with his agent. Everything is there. The groundwork is there. As Manchester United said, the groundwork is there. Everything is ready to go. But obviously, the biggest things are the price tag with Brighton and the performances of Carlos Baleba. Carlos Baleba has to pick up his performances. He has to. Otherwise, there's going to be no Man United move. And we'll move to Angelo Stiller. Absolutely. Big up, Ephraim. Morning. What's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Just a cool kid. What's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Jason. I'm going to say Jason. Is that your name, Jason? JSN? Jason, what's going on, my friend? Morning, Sal. I hear you. But I don't think Stiller is an alternative to Baleba. I do. Both number sixes, number eights. Both players are CDM. Both can go forward. What's there not to symbolize? They're both the same. They're not the same player. They're different, of course, but they are the same position. They do the same things. They're number six, and they're number. They can play as a number 8 slightly, kind of. They do go forward, so they are both the same player. And I've been watching both the same player for months and months. Before Stiller on Stretford Post was even mentioned about in the media, I was talking about Angelo Stiller. So I know what Angelo Stiller is. I've seen him from the right up to now from the past. Absolutely. He is traditionally a CDM. He is, and he can play as a number 8 though as well. And that's exactly what Carlos Baleba can do as well. And that's exactly what Carlos Baleba does. Absolutely. He is a DM though, officially. He's a number 6. He is. Bruno will in number 7. He sort of said one more. But what we have to understand about players don't always, just because they're number 6 or number 8, doesn't mean they're exactly the same. They do the same things. Roy Keane and Conor Gallagher are 2 different players, isn't it? But they're the same position. You do get different sets of skills from different players, of course. Cunha, what's going on? Bruno will be in the summer. Be in the summer. He said he wants one more before the World Cup. Now, I said it before. I did say it before that I believe that there's 2 things that Bruno can do. Bruno Fernandes will either stay at Man United forever or leave Man United in the summer. I just can't see Bruno leaving Man United. I don't know why. I just don't know why. I don't know what you guys think about that, whether you're for that or not. But I don't know how Bruno leaves. I know. I'm not saying it exclusive. This is not an exclusive. But I just got that feeling about it. That Bruno Fernandes it just seems like that player is going to be at Man United for a long time. I just believe that. And I really can't see him leaving, especially now after the World Cup. I mean, who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Because obviously he's never going to leave before the World Cup, but after, who knows? But I just got this feeling it can either be Bruno Fernandes stays forever or Bruno Fernandes leaves in the summer. That's what it is for me. Hey, Steve, what's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Great show as always. Is the Baleba story true? Yeah. I mean, as people know, I spoke about Baleba about over a month ago about the meeting in October between the representatives of Baleba and Manchester United. And I did say they're going to have a meeting to talk about the potential move for Carlos Baleba. The reason they had this meeting in October is because of the AFCON. And obviously, Baleba and the representatives of Baleba are going to be at the AFCON. So basically, Man United arranged a meeting with Baleba's representatives in October. And lo and behold, the news about the groundwork being done. The groundwork has already been done in regards to Carlos Baleba. There you go, guys. Because of the meeting in October, as exclusively revealed on Stretford Post, of course, guys. And that is what it is all about on this channel, guys, of course, as usual. Guys, big up, our man. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. I would let the Bruno and Casemiro go for Baleba and Stiller and keep Kobe. I would let Bruno and Casemiro go for Baleba and Stiller. Yeah, well, Christian, I mean, the Kobe thing is a little bit up in the air at the moment. There is rumors that Kobe wants to leave. I mean, look, I'm not surprised if Kobe Manu wants to leave. I mean, if you don't want to fight for your place, that's entirely up to you. And I think if he wants to leave Man United, we want players that want to play for Man United. I rate Baleba. People know I rate Baleba. I backed him up so long. But if he wants to leave Manchester United, the door is there. Leave Man United. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. And I would say that, yeah, look, best of luck to you. Bon voyage, I would say. Absolutely. Absolutely. Vilef, what's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. What's happening in Sweden? What's happening to Sweden? What, in a football sense? What was Sweden's result yesterday? Let me find out. 1 second. Sweden results. What happened to Sweden? I don't know what's going on with Sweden, to be honest with you. Essex Red, what's going on? Big up Essex, not far from where I'm from. I'm from Leighton in East London. Big up Essex town, of course. I've worked in Grays. I worked in Hornchurch. I worked all around Essex. Ilford, technically Essex. Chadwell Heath, you name it. Seven Kings. Went to school at Redbridge, Barking College, Redbridge College. Big up Essex. And Bremo has been knocked out of the AFCON. He won't be going. Yeah, but he's at the AFCON, mate. And Bremo hasn't been knocked out the AFCON, my guy. He's been knocked out the World Cup, my guy. Just to let you know. Just to fill you in. He's been knocked out the World Cup, not the AFCON. The AFCON they're in the AFCON, Cameroon. Cameroon are in the AFCON. In Bremo, he's playing in the World Cup. Yeah. He's not playing in the World Cup. Not playing in the World Cup. So the AFCON, he's in the AFCON. They've been knocked out of the World Cup qualifier. So they won't be in the World Cup. Two different tournaments, my guy. Absolutely. Arman, the international break needs to end. It's just started, my guy. So sad for Cameroon. They are not going to the World Cup. Absolutely. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're in the AFCON. I wish it was the other way around. Look, I'm disappointed. I'll tell you why I'm disappointed. I'm not happy because I would have loved to see Bremo in the World Cup. However, I'm going to think of things from a selfish and positive, glass half full kind of thing. And I think that, yeah, it's great that Bremo doesn't go to the World Cup. He can prepare for next season. Great. Fantastic. More the merrier. He can work with Ruben Amorim. Great stuff. Good for him. Have a rest in the summer, mate. Enjoy it. Put your feet up. Been a great player so far for Man United this season. Probably the best signing in the Premier League this season, in my opinion. I think he is. Probably the best signing in the Premier League. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. Dean, my guy, thank you so much for the super chat, my guy. Really appreciate you. Absolute legend. Thank you for supporting the channel. Really appreciate you, my friend. Thank you. Is Baleba January signing now joined a show from AZ? Big up, my friend. Is that Arizona, Dean? Is that Arizona or Azerbaijan? What is it? Is it Arizona or Azerbaijan? It must be Arizona. Big up, Dean. What's going on? Baleba January signing. What I would say is that it's potentially a January signing, but that does depend on Manchester United. It depends whether we do a deal with Manu. Manu goes on loan. It could be. I would like it to be, obviously, because of the AFCON going ahead. But anyway, Baleba can't play because he's in the AFCON as well. You know what I mean? So Baleba can't be in the AFCON until the 21st of January. So what my feeling is this. My feeling is this, that the most likelihood is a summer move because of the AFCON and after the AFCON, of course. He can come after. I mean, I'm not sure when the transfer window in January closes. So let's have a look. When does the January transfer window close? Okay. So, so it closes on the 3rd of February. So obviously it would be better if Carlos Baleba, it'd be better if Carlos Baleba basically gets knocked out of the AFCON, comes to Carrington and signs on a dotted line. Please, because we need you. No, but look, guys, in all honesty, it's going to be difficult to do it in January. We have got bankers in charge of Manchester United. We have got Sir Jim Ratcliffe, absolutely. And you know what it is with Jim Ratcliffe, isn't it? No money. No God, no money. Please give me the money. Give me money, please. Got no money. Apparently, we're going to be broke in December, but I'll still spend 200 million. You know what that's like? That's like saying, mate, I'm broke, mate. Can you lend me £1 so I can buy a chicken and chips? You know what I mean? Just lend me £1, please. Just lend me £1. You know, and then you go out and buy yourself a bloody Gucci shirt. Doesn't make sense, does it? It's weird, but we're not going to fall from that. But I would like him to sign Dean in January. Place. Absolutely. In January, can he sign in January? That'd be absolutely fantastic. And I'll say that about the obviously Conor Gallagher, because people don't like Conor Gallagher. I'm going to say it secretly. Conor Gallagher, I would like him on loan if we don't get obviously Carlos Baleba. I would also like Angelo Stiller, because Angelo Stiller is a realistic proposition. What's his name? Elliot Anderson and Adam Wharton will not be signing for Man United in January. Adam Wharton has given a gentleman's agreement to Crystal Palace that he will not be leaving in January and he will be staying until the summer. Real Madrid are also interested. And as soon as Real Madrid are interested in Adam Wharton, forget about it. It's over. Forget about it. Move on. So we're going to have to go Anderson, right? So that's if Real Madrid don't want Anderson as well. So that will be a summer signing. But Carlos Baleba could be a signing. Yo, my man, what's going on, Mo? How you doing, brother? Hope you're doing well. Big up Judge Mo, the legend that is Judge Mo, by the way. Have to say it properly. The legend that is Judge Mo. Check out Judge Mo's channel. I'm on there a couple of times a week, so you'll see me on there on Judge Mo's channel. Can't compete with Judge Mo with the knowledge, though. I try my best. I do try my best. I do hold it up. For the community. But Judge Mo's an absolute legend. Big up, Judge. Prince, what's going on, my friend? Big up, what's that? Big up Saul. You got me, you're spelling me like Sao Paulo. Big up Saul. I like it. Saul. I mean, Saul is nice. It's nice. Saul. It's got that more twang to it, innit? You know what I mean? More je ne sais quoi. Je ne sais quoi. Is it? Je ne sais quoi. It's got that about it. But yeah, thank you. Big up Footy Judge. Big up my guy. Big up your legend. Tyborg. Big up, Tyborg. What's going on, Tyborg? Hope you're doing well. Good morning, guys. Good morning, Tyborg. How you doing, bruv? Hope you're doing well. Good morning. And Deutschland have not played today. So they're playing tonight. As far as I'm aware, they're playing tonight. So Germany are playing tonight. England played yesterday. Big waste of electricity. England are obviously going to beat Serbia. Why do they play at Wembley? I don't know why they play at Wembley. Big stadium like that. Why don't they just play somewhere else? You know what I mean? They should play at anywhere, Stoke or something like that. Do you know what I mean? Big up. Chelmsford, bro. You're from Chelmsford all the way, mate. You're in deep Essex, mate. You're in deep Essex. Yeah, big up Essex, massive. Not far from where I live, of course. Loughton, another one. Absolutely. Yeah, big up Essex. Ibiza, you know what I mean? Ibiza. I'm going to Ibiza I'm going to Ibiza in the summer. Ibiza, mate. Yeah. Party. Let's go. Big up Essex Red. And big up yourself. You got your hopes up, mate. I know. I wish it was the AFCON, but it's the World Cup he didn't qualify for. I wish it was, but unfortunately, that's the way of the birds and the bees, of course, guys. Absolutely. Big up. Absolutely. Big up. Yeah, don't forget to subscribe to Kenny. Don't forget to subscribe to Mo. It's channels off the charts, mate. Off the bloody charts. Absolutely. 100 people here. Let's get to 100 likes. Guys, 100 likes. Listen, the minimum for Breaking Dawn, and I humbly say it, is 50 likes, right? It's 50 likes. We need it Breaking Dawn every single day. We need 100 likes, not 100, 50 likes, but we're going to get up to it. We times it by 2 every few months. So look, guys, 25 likes, 50 likes, then we're going to go to 100 likes. There you go. Big up. Dean. Big up, Dean. Yes, it's Arizona, mate. Big up Arizona. Lovely place of the world. Lovely part of the world. Big up yourself. Hope you're doing well, of course. Vino Kuma. Is there any truth about linking us with Arsenal left back Lewis Skelly? Oh, I've heard it all. Why would Lewis Skelly go to Man United right now? Look, I'm going to be honest as a Man United fan, okay? And a Man United fan, but I'm a realist as well. Lewis Skelly will not go to Man United. Look, guys, we can offer 100 million. He won't go to Man United. They may accept it, but he won't go to Man United. I think he's a deep Arsenal fan, I think. So Man United needs to qualify for the Champions League. Concentrate on qualifying for that Champions League. Then you never know what can happen, isn't it? But it's not. We're not in Robin van Persie days these days, unfortunately. Or we give them Mikkel Silvestri, for example. But look, what I would say is that Lewis Skelly's a fantastic player. We'll love him at Man United, but he would not go to Man United. I don't know where that rumor came from, my friend. But yeah, I would love him at Man United, but he won't go to Man United, unfortunately. He is a good player, though. Absolutely good player. Of course, guys. Absolutely. Absolutely, guys. Yeah, so look, let's go on a little bit of other news, guys. This one's way out there, and I always have one piece of news that is way out there and a little bit, what is that? Right, Rafinia. Now, apparently, Barcelona want to offload Rafinia. They want to sell Rafinia. So he is 28 years old. He's valued at around 90 million. But we know, every man and his dog know that we're not going to sign Rafinia for 90 million. And neither is anyone else to be in that aspect, unless it's Saudi Arabia. Manchester United have inquired about the possibility of loaning Rafinia in January to cover for the loss of Mbremo and Ahmad. Of course, we're going to struggle without Mbremo and Ahmad, 2 of our best players this season, and Mazraoui, of course. The brothers are doing it for themselves. They're going to the AFCON. Absolutely, Mazraoui and Mbremo and Ahmad. You know what I mean? Alhamdulillah, they're going to the AFCON, and they are going to be, doing their thing over there, inshallah. You know what I mean? So, but what I would say is we're looking at Rafinia on loan to cover for the absence, of course. And look, guys, if we manage to make that happen, that'd be great. It would be great, mate. You know what I mean? But I just don't see that happening, to be honest with you. I think that Barcelona, if they did loan out Rafinia, it would be an obligation at the end of the season. So there would be an obligation to buy it. Rafinia is a talented player. Obviously, he was at Leeds, went to Barcelona, absolutely smashed it. I think he's got 50 caps for Brazil now? Or was it 36 caps for Brazil, 11 goals? So he is incredibly talented, but Man United would have to give half the fee probably to loan Rafinia, something like that. They would have to give a big, humongous amount of money to loan him. But there is a rumor out there, and I saw it today in the UAE. I did see it today, that Rafinia could possibly go to Manchester United on loan. But that obviously play that one by ear. It is a difficult one to imagine happening. But it would be great because Man United don't have anyone to replace Mbremo. I mean, we can move Bruno into number 10, move Manu into the number 8 position. But as we know, Manu's a bit disgruntled. I don't blame him, to be honest with you. He's not playing football. He wants to play football. And he's probably going to miss out on the World Cup now, which is a shame. Henderson playing for the World Cup and Manu's not. It's a travesty. It's a travesty. It is, because he's the future, Manu. There will be other opportunities. Of course there will be. But Henderson, I just believe, Henderson's a great guy, a great personality, blah, blah, blah. He shouldn't be in the squad now. He shouldn't be in the England squad now. Absolutely not. Definitely not, guys. Absolutely. By the way, yes, Dr. I want to say congratulations to Dr. Congo, by the way. I do want to say congratulations. Democratic Republic of Congo. Congratulations on that World Cup, of course, guys. Absolutely. Going to be a good World Cup. I'm looking forward to seeing some of these teams. I really am. Vino, what's going on, my friend? Is there any truth about linking us with Arsenal left back? I think I just read that one. Sorry, mate. History Channel. There you go. Big up. Oh, man. The international break needs to end. I think I read that one as well. Big up. I think there's repeats going on here, guys. Big up Jamie. What's going on? Big up Albs. Big up Jamie Albs. What's going on, my friend? Morning, sir. Morning, sir. I mean, I'm just Sal, but it's okay. Did you see that crap from Jimmy Floyd? United not improving at all. The hate we get is getting to be a joke now. It's wild. Every day is a how can we shit on United today job. Now, I've been approached by Sky, right? Now, the thing with Sky, they have a narrative, and I've been on Sky musically. I've done music for Sky, things like that, right? And my brother's been on Sky. Now, Sky have a narrative, and it is an anti-United narrative. Look, I'm not being sour grapes here, but it is. And when you go on Sky, you have to have a certain opinion about Manchester United. That opinion is certainly not mine, right? Because if I go on Sky, they'll kick me off. You know what I mean? They'll probably go, Sal, what do you think of Man United going to do this year? Well, we're going to get in the top 5 this season. What? Get him off the channel, get him off. No, top 10, less, top 10. So, look, what I would say is that Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank, Jimmy Floyd definitely not to the bank, because at the end of the day, he's not going to make any money if he carries on with those sort of opinions. But what I would say is this, right? Jimmy Floyd not to the bank is a fraud. Right, because he's talking about Man United from sinister reason. Now, let me just say a little thing about Jimmy Floyd. Jimmy Floyd, love you, mate, as a player, fantastic, and thank you for 1999. Thank you for beating Arsenal in the second from last game of the season, which ended 1-0. Thank you, Jimmy Floyd. Really appreciate you, my guy. Absolutely lovely, jubbly. Really, thank you very much. But your opinion, mate, just like a lot of these ex-pros, is flawed, mate. Because you're speaking on the point of a narrative that is sinister. You're not speaking from a point of love. Show some love, you know, because I know, and you know, come on, tell me that if Man United chased you in when you were playing as a footballer, you would have signed for Man United. Don't be bitter, be better. Man United are improving. No, Man United are not where we need to be. Absolutely not. Of course we're not when they're where we need to be. You know, that's life. But we will get to where we need to be. But if you can't see improvements in Man United at the moment, then God help you. 5 games unbeaten. God help you, mate. Because we could quite possibly go 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 games unbeaten. No, I know. You know, it is not, nothing is guaranteed in life, you know, at the end of the day. But we can quite possibly do that. That is a possible scenario. That could happen. So what I would say is this, right? Jimmy, please don't talk, bruv. Don't talk about Man United if you've got nothing nice to say. You know what my mum always told me? She said, if you've got nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all. You know, and one thing that I've learned in life as well is that when something is doing well, when somebody's doing well, when that is doing well, or this entity is doing well, or that business is doing well, always show love. And have happiness for people. Because we're in this world for a short time, not a long time, a good time, not a long time. Enjoy it. Jimmy, show some love. Absolutely. Big up. Yeah, absolutely. Footy Judge. Big up Footy Judge, of course. Big up, my friend. Sky Sports during international break. Let's talk about Manchester United. Listen, guys. Listen, mamma mia. Listen, right. Let me tell you something about Sky. Let me tell you something about BN Sports, who I watch here, right? Let me tell you something about BN Sports and Sky and TNT. Let me say something, right? When the Champions League was on, and this is a straight up fact, when the Champions League was on, I think it was a month ago, Ruben Amorim had an interview before the Champions League games. Before the Champions League games, Ruben Amorim had an interview, right? And that had more views than the Champions League game. More views in England, in the UK. I think it was TNT. That shows you, isn't it? That's why. Man United get clicks. Man United get likes. But you know what I say in life? Adversity to the stars. Let them hate. Let them hate. Let them do what they want to do. Because these journalists, you know, they like, you know, I don't know if it's hidden love. I'm not going to hate hidden love, but everyone is entitled to their opinion. Everyone can say whatever they want about Man United. The most important thing for Man United is fixing us, fixing ourselves, doing it right on the pitch. We can't cry about anything because if we cry, they win. So we can't cry. We just have to be better. That's the only thing Man United have to do. We just have to be better. We just have to be a much more efficient team. Now, I look at Man United and I look at the concerns I have in Man United, and the concerns are perfectly legitimate. Man United have periods in games where we go missing, right? And they're huge periods of the game. You're talking about 25% of the game we go missing, right? And this is an issue. Man United lack control. Now, when I see Arsenal play, I see control. You know, I can see an element of, I don't see Arsenal in danger here. Even if they draw a game, you can draw a game in the Premier League. That's fine. That's Premier League. You don't win every game. Nobody does. So look, when I see Arsenal 9 times out of 10, I see Arsenal in control. I want Manchester United to show that same element of control in the game. That's what I want. I want them to show control. You know, I definitely do. And hopefully they do eventually, but it's going to take time. Absolutely. We got to support Red. Big up, Joe. Big up, Mo. Big up, my friend. Big up, Mo is a legend. Absolutely. Don't forget to subscribe to Mo, by the way, Judge Mo and Hussam and all the great channels out there doing fantastic work for football content. Absolutely fantastic work, guys. And the great thing about Judge Mo's channel, it's very, very balanced. It's not way out there. There's no hate. There's no discrimination. There's nothing. There's just plain facts. And that's what I love. Absolutely. Except for Man United. We love Man United. That's what. FaZe Williams, big up, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Faisal, what's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Absolutely. The referees during the Nigeria game was a joke. I mean, bank account details and all that. The referees. Yeah, look. What I would say, the Nigerian. Look, listen, guys. I was invited to Nigeria once. But yeah, look, love Nigeria, by the way. Big up Nigeria family. AO Beats. Big up one of my producers. Guys, look, listen. Yeah, it's difficult. I mean, I saw the hotel that they were staying in. It was hilarious. But look, you know what I mean? That's life, isn't it? Not everyone could be like Europe. You know what I mean? It's just the way it is at the end of the day. Waste of electricity, Tyborg. Tell me, mate. BritishGas.com. British Gas. It's ridiculous, isn't it? I mean, England shouldn't have even played at that stadium. Why did they do that? I don't know. They should have spread it around a little bit. I've always said that, though, about international football, about England. I've always felt that they should go elsewhere. They should go to other stadiums and stuff. They don't go enough, in my opinion. Definitely not. Maybe play in Australia or something, or America. You know, bring it back. Sal, big up, Dave. Even with all the midfield links, we still have a Bruno cloud hovering around. We'll be surely able to make the necessary reinforcements. Now, Dave, you make a very interesting point there. Very, very much, as you always do, Dave, because I know you. I would say that, yes, I'm not feeling you, bruv. I mean, in regards to Bruno, I'm not feeling Bruno in the midfield. And I make no secret of that. Bruno in midfield does fill me with concern. It really does. Bruno in midfield is a bit like, excuse me, sore throat. Been shouting all day. I have a football team in the UAE. I've been shouting at the touchline all day. I have a youth football team in the UAE, and sometimes I have to manage, you know. So basically, in regards to Bruno, I think he goes missing in that midfield, and I do think there's a good point in regards to this. No matter what midfield we bring into the football team, they're going to struggle with Bruno in midfield. Bruno is ill-disciplined, and that's one thing I'll say. That's why his heat map is all around the pitch. He is ill-disciplined in his positioning. So what I would say is this. I don't think Bruno's going to leave Man United. I don't. I just got this feeling, as I said earlier, that he's going to be at Man United for a long time. But he already has been at Man United for a long time. I think he's going to retire at Man United. I've worked with Bruno's brother. Guys who know me, I worked in a hospital, East Surrey Hospital in Sussex, in England. I worked in a hospital for 3 years, and I worked alongside Bruno Fernandes' brother, Ricardo. Right, and I worked with him for 3 years. We knew each other. And I remember when Bruno was coming through the ranks at Sporting, and his brother would say, do you know what? My brother's going to be playing at the big time and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, you know, I was brushing it off my shoulders and stuff like that. And then eventually, obviously, the rumors came about Fernandes signing for Man United. And then I go, oh, by the way, Ricardo, is that your brother? Is that your brother? And he goes, yeah, that's my brother. Couldn't believe it. Check it out, Ricardo Fernandes, East Surrey Hospital. And yeah, I worked there for a while, and I have a huge affiliation with Bruno Fernandes, and I like Bruno Fernandes, and I know Bruno Fernandes' family, and at the end of the day. And what I would say is this, right? Sometimes we have to look at things from the point of view of Manchester United. It's Manchester United. It's all about Manchester United for me. And I just feel like if he doesn't play a number 10, I wouldn't play him as a number 8. I wouldn't play him as number 8. If he doesn't play as a number 10, I wouldn't play him as number 8 because he's ill-disciplined in that position. Because obviously you think about the great midfielders of the past and even today, midfielders is a completely different set of skills. And I'll give you an example. Wayne Rooney, when Wayne Rooney moved into midfield in these latter stages when he was about to retire at Man United, he played in midfield and it didn't work. It wasn't working. It wasn't the same. And I actually think that Bruno Fernandes is far more dangerous as number 10 anyway. And we're going to move him anyway. And when the AFCON comes on, we'll probably move him up anyway. But yeah, I would say that, any player that comes in will struggle with Bruno next to him because I do believe that he stifles the midfield. But it is what it is. Lawrence, what's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, mate. Jimmy Floyd can't dance. He's bitter. Mo has a good channel too. I watched the other night and he found him a positive Liverpool fan, even an optimistic one. Found a positive Liverpool fan. There are lots of positive Liverpool fans on Judge Mo's channel. There's lots of positive Chelsea fans as well. Yeah. Lots of big fans on his channel. Absolutely. It's hard to be positive if you're a Liverpool fan. Look, you know what? I don't think it's the end of the world for Liverpool. I'll be honest. In putting my partial head on, I think that there's still a long way to go. It's only 11 games gone in the Premier League. There's still a long way to go. It's not the end of the world for Liverpool. They just need to win a couple of games and they'll be right up there in a moment. Just like when Man United win a couple of games, they'll be right up there. The league is very open, and I would say that, yeah. But one thing was pretty evident in this league is that anything can happen at any time. Anyone can beat anyone. And that is the thing why you don't take anything for granted. This is why this test for Man United over the last, 5-6 games has been an incredible test for Man United. And we passed, in my opinion. We passed 80%, but we passed. Right? So after this international break, we got another few games that I'm going to be looking at, thinking that Man United should win those games. Man United have a chance to win those games. But those games are notoriously the games that Man United lose or draw. So I'm very interested to see what Manchester United do. And this could happen with Liverpool as well. Liverpool might win a couple of games and they'll be up there as well. Wouldn't like it. Don't like Liverpool. Don't like them. But this is the way it is, guys. You never know. Dave, why do you have a vendetta against Manchester United? He doesn't, Dave. Everyone has their opinions. Everyone's entitled to their opinions about Man United, to be honest with you. We're not everyone's cup of tea. Some people like Marmite, some people don't. Do you know what I mean? Some people like that at the end of the day. I don't like peppers. It's life. You know what I mean? I annoy people if I go to Wagamama, right? Wagamama, every day's a Wagamama day for me. But no, it's not. I'm joking. I don't go to Wagamama's often. But I went to Wagamama's yesterday. And when I tell people, right, I don't like peppers, they get annoyed, obviously. They think you don't like peppers. I'm married to an Italian. When I go to Italy, right, I don't like tomatoes. I don't like peppers. They look at me like I swore at their mothers. They look at me like I swore at their mothers. I don't like peppers. I don't like tomatoes. Lots of people like peppers and tomatoes. What are you going on? This is Italy. It's about peppers and tomatoes. If they could, they'd put a pepper and a tomato on their bloody international flag. What I would say is this, right? Not everyone... The whole point of this weird conversation is that not everyone is everyone's cup of tea. You know what I mean? And that's the way it is. That's life. If we all thought the same, we wouldn't have any debates, would we? Because we'll be on this channel going, that's very true. No, that's very true. You're right. No, you're more right. No, you're more right. No, you're more right. Wouldn't be very funny, isn't it? It won't be very fun, but there you go. Big up, my friend, Dave, of course. Vino, Tuchel said that he needs to play far to be in the next World Cup, so rumours of Arsenal exit. If England don't pick Lewis Skelly for the World Cup, they're ridiculous. And that's my opinion, because regardless if he's playing for Arsenal or not, I think he's a fantastic player, and I think England need to move forward from certain players. The biggest criticism I would give to England is the fact that they hug on to players too long, like Henderson, for example. I think that Lewis Skelly is one of England's best fullbacks at the moment. And when you're looking at England, so you've got O'Reilly, okay? You got O'Reilly. Like, O'Reilly is a different type of fullback. He's done fantastically well, but O'Reilly started off as a midfielder and he's moved into the fullback position, right? So I think Lewis Skelly is a more of an attacking midfielder, attacking wingback, should I say? Attacking wingback. O'Reilly's more of a defensive, low block fullback. So I would say that having Lewis Skelly would be beneficial to England. I wouldn't play Carl Walker anymore. I think Carl Walker's done out here. I think Carl Walker's finished. I would play Lewis Skelly. I would pick Lewis Skelly in that squad. I absolutely will. And I think that Lewis Skelly's been playing for Tuchel as well, and he's done pretty well. Why would Barca sell Rafinia? They need money again. They need money. He's 28. They need money, and they're trying to offload him, and they want to reinforce their squad. As we know, Barcelona do have problems with FFP and PSI, if I'm not wrong. Absolutely. Do you think Rashford will replace Rafinia? That's one of them. Yeah, I think he will. Now, obviously, Rashford defies opinion. Rashford, a lot of people are saying Rashford's done poorly, Rashford's done good, Rashford's this. He's done okay. Okay. I think some of it's been a little bit overrated, but he's done okay. Will they sign Rashford and sell Rafinia? You know, that could be a thing. I won't mind him on loan. Absolutely. Obligation to buy. We might have to pay some money for that loan, though. That's the only big thing. You know, we're Man United at the end of the day, you know. Sal, Rafinia is fantastic. I rate him even in his Leeds time. We weren't linked to him back then. Congo are the step away to the World Cup 26. Absolutely. Congratulations to Congo yesterday. We believe in you, Sir Amram. Bigger Amir. Amir, I don't know what you take in the morning. I don't know what's in your Weetabix. But you are very positive. I don't know what's in your Weetabix. I don't know what you're taking, mate. I'm not going to say anything sinister. But I definitely want what you're taking in the morning because you're very, very positive every single morning. Do you know what I mean? You're very, very positive. You went a little bit overboard yesterday about looks and things like that. I mean, it got a little bit weird there, but you know, you're very positive, and I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Prince, is that your name, Prince, or is it Alexander Green? Big up, Prince, by the way. Manchester United is heading to a critical period. December and January are crucial to our top four finish. It's a very difficult period, mate. We've got the AFCON going on. And let's not forget, we've got Everton. We've got, obviously, Crystal Palace away, which is very difficult, as we know. We've got Leeds United away as well. We've got Man City coming up. We've got Arsenal coming up as well during the AFCON period. Well, we're playing Arsenal on the 24th of January. That's just after the AFCON finishes. I think AFCON finishes on the 21st. So I don't think those players will be back in time for the Arsenal game. We got Wolves, we got Bournemouth as well. On top of that, with games where we could win, we should win. But there is a few games that are pretty difficult in my opinion. Big up, my friend Kevin. What's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Carlos Baleba is back on. Ireland, great win against Bournemouth. Fantastic win. Congratulations, mate. Big up Ireland. Big up Kevin. Carlos Baleba. It's the same as it's always been. Like I said a month and a half ago, Manchester United have organised a meeting with Carlos Baleba's representatives to organise a deal with Baleba's representatives and obviously Baleba himself. Baleba's very interested in Manchester United and only wants to go to Manchester United. The reason they did this meeting is because Manchester United can't negotiate during the transfer window of January because obviously the AFCON is going on. Now Man United are basically thinking ahead, planning ahead, in case. Contingency, in case, at the end of the day. Dave, Sal, I've been saying the likes of Jimmy Floyd, Tyler Branston, and Samuel Lutkers are really saying outrageous nonsense so that they can just get traction. Interaction. Absolutely, I get it. It's easy news, just spewing nonsense. Yeah, mate, look, at the end of the day, what you do is you look at that, right? I would say that it is it's a good sign because at the end of the day, I was raised on hatred for Man United throughout my life. Everything you see on TV was against Man United. And obviously, especially when we're successful. Now, we ruined a lot of childhoods. And I'm sorry about that. I am sorry that we ruined their childhoods. I am. I deeply from my heart. We ruined a lot of childhoods. And a lot of these childhoods became journalists, right? It's a bit like, you know, people who were bullied became referees, right? But we ruined a lot of childhoods and they went into media. And some of those players as well went into media. And we took a lot of trophies. For example, Martin Keown. We took a lot of trophies from Martin Keown. Martin Keown wakes up every night in a cold sweat thinking about Ryan Giggs running against him. You know, so what I would say is this, right? Let them speak. The only thing we can do is win football matches and be undefeated. That's the only thing we can do. And nothing is guaranteed. You know, we've given them a reason. We've given them ammunition. We have to be fair. They don't like us. We know they don't like us, but we have given them ammunition to talk. We become a banter, right? But we're getting things better. We're getting our house sorted out in order. you know? So look, at the end of the day, let them speak, let them do what they want to do. I'm okay, you know, because at the end of the day, it just means Man United are coming back. And that's what I would say. Absolutely, of course. Tyborg, I don't even watch Sky for a long time. Do you have Sky Germany? You've got Plettenberg in Germany, isn't it, and stuff. Sky Germany is a group of official Liverpool fans because of Klopp, and the bias against United is so obvious. Sounds familiar. Sounds familiar, Tyborg. Absolutely, sounds familiar. Upsides. Very upsides journalism, of course. But what I would say, right, is that Sky is Sky. Whether it's Sky Italia, whether it's Sky Germany, whether it's Sky in England, they've got the same narratives. They're a big company at the end of the day. They follow the same routine, isn't it? It's like going to Burger King. They sell a Big Mac, you know what I mean, at the end of the day. And they sell a Big Mac wherever you go in the world. That is Sky, isn't it? Don't know why I talk about Burger King a lot. I spoke about Burger King twice this week. But anyway, what are the odds in that? But what I would say is that Sky are going to be Sky. Sky are going to be hateful for Man United. They're going to be bitter about Man United, and that's it. You know, there is an agenda. There is, of course, an agenda. You know, as I said earlier, Sky will approach me and they will say, Sal, look, what do you think about Ruben Amram? Journalists ask me that question all the time. When I have journalists, I mean, like I've had Jamie Jackson. Jamie Jackson's a friend of mine, obviously, works for The Independent. He's been on the channel 3 times. What I would say is this. He always asks me, Sal, what's your opinion on Ruben Amram? And then he'll go missing. I'll say, yeah, I'm still supporting him. Come on. Then he'll ask me a couple of weeks later if we lose a game or something. What's your opinion on Ruben Amram? Same question. He wants me to go like, yeah, F Ruben Amram. Get him out of my club, the fraud. That's what he wants me to say. Do you know what I mean? So we can come on my channel and say, yeah, we can finally relate. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day. And that's what it is, to be honest with you guys. You know, but hated, adored, never ignored. That is the Manchester United motto. That has always been the Manchester United motto. Hated, adored, never ignored. Do you know what I mean? And that is the way it is, guys. Absolutely. Amir, Man United forever. Goodness me, those Weetabix, mate. They're doing well for you, bruv. Big facts. The number of nonsense quotes and statements I see on Sky Germany about United clearly shows they hate us. Come on, my guy. Hated, adored. We have to use that. You know what? You know what? The world gives you lemons. Make Senny lemons. That's what you do at the end of the day. And what you do is you just take it with a pinch of salt. You know what I mean? If you're not being hated, let me just tell you this, guys. I was in the music industry 20 years. I managed my brother, Reds, R-E-D-Z-Z. Check him out on YouTube. Millions of views around YouTube, of course. And he started to get big. He started to get very big, and he went on loads of channels, Sky Sports and stuff like I said earlier and stuff, and he done well for himself, right? And I got to know Sky quite well. And I know that a lot of them have every time they talk about Man United, whatever it was, they were making a joke about Man United. Even during our successful times, they were making a joke about Man United, you know. And we went on a program called Soccer AM. And when you're behind the scenes, you see how they talk about Man United and things like that and stuff, you know. And it's funny. It is funny because of the hatred they have for Manchester United, you know. So my younger brother is a Liverpool fan. Right? My older brother is a Tottenham fan. My mother is a Wimbledon fan. My dad is a Huddersfield fan. Right? So obviously I come from a family of different supporters from all different football clubs. You can imagine arguments that happen in that household. You know, so what I would say is this, right? They hate Man United because Man United are Man United. I honestly think that the disrespect for Man United is ridiculous. I do, because I tell you this, Man United have played a huge role in English football, massive role. First ones to believe in European football out of all the English teams, didn't believe in European football. Man United played in the Champions League, first English club to win the Champions League and believe in it. During the late 80s, when English teams were banned from Europe because of Liverpool, English football was in the doldrums, England football was in the mud. Who gave English football mouth-to-mouth resuscitation? Manchester United. With bringing English football back, which led to the treble in 1999. You know, so this is what I'm talking about. They should show a little bit of respect to Man United. Sky, in general, now Sky is an English company, I believe. Sky was around, first was made in 1992. You know, it was first made in 1992. And they had a big plan to dominate English football. Before, we used to watch English football on TV. We only had 4 TV channels in England. BBC One, BBC Two, ITV, and Channel 4. We only could watch certain games. So Sky came along and they made this promise they're going to show all these games and stuff like that. The pioneers of Sky were Manchester United. They were the first ones to win the league on Sky. Not only win the league the way they won the leagues, right? The entertainment. 94, 95, last game of the season. You know what I mean? 98, 99, last game of the season. 95, 96, last game of the season. You know, the battle between Arsenal and Man United, 97, 98. Magnificent battle we had. You know, and that elevated Sky to a level that was astronomical. And Sky, the point of this, what I'm saying is that Sky, forget this. It's a short-term memory syndrome. Right? And to be honest with you, it's mainly the ex-players, because the ex-players, they have suffered Man United defeats. They've been smacked up by Man United many times. Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank, for example. You know, you don't look at Alan Shearer. Alan Shearer had a chance to sign for Man United and he ended up going to Newcastle United and won nothing. Of course he's bitter. Martin Keown took a lot of trophies from Arsenal that period. Of course he's bitter. You know, Paul Merson, he's going to be bitter, isn't it? You know, all of them. Simon Jordan, Crystal Palace, it's going to be bitter. It's just life. You know, but one thing I will say is that we keep our feet on the ground. The most important thing that Man United need to do is be consistent and win football matches. Then the narrative has to change. Unless they want to be unemployed, the narrative has to change. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. Absolutely, James. Absolutely. Big up, Dave. Judge Mo is a real one. Tells it how it is. Straight facts, like Uncle Sal. Thank you so much, Jamie. Yeah, he is. He's an absolute legend, mate. Very, very good knowledge on football. One of the best. Tyborg, how is the channel called exactly, Sal? I mean, the one you mentioned we should visit. Judge Mo, like a judge. Judge, I think that's, yeah. Ju and Mo, M-O. Judge Mo. I've written a post on my YouTube channel. I've got in regards, because I'm on his channel quite often, so have a look at it. Very good if you like open football discussions about various clubs. Is a very good insight, and there's some fantastic guests on there as well. Blairy, what's going on? Did Cameroon qualify for the World Cup? No, they did not. They lost. Thank you so much for the super chat again, Dean. You're an absolute legend, mate. Really appreciate you. Thank you, bruv. Sal, what's your best 11 for the Everton game? My best 11? Me. Let me tell you. My best 11 for the Everton game, it would be like this, as follows. Listen carefully. I should do it in my match preview. I'm going to do it in my match preview, but I'm going to tell you this right now. Dorgu left back, Aidan Heaven centre back, De Ligt centre back, Lenny Euro centre back, right wing back, Ahmed. Right? Fernandes, Casemiro in the midfield, and Mbeumo Cunha as a number 10, Sesko up front. You know what I like? You know, one thing I would like, right? One thing that I would like is Man United to have a team that is consistent, that we're picking teams consistently. You know, back in the day, whether it's 92, 93, when we had Dennis Irwin, Paul Parker, Gary Pallister, Steve Bruce, Roy Keane. Well, we didn't have Roy Keane 2002. We had Brian Robson and Paul Ince, Mark Hughes, Dion Dublin, Ryan Giggs. Or whether it is 94, 95, you know, when we had Gary Neville, we had Gary Pallister, we had Steve Bruce, we had Dennis Irwin, we had Roy Keane, we had Paul Ince as well. Paul Scholes, sorry. And then we had Ryan Giggs and we had Beckham on the right. And then we had, obviously, Andy Cole and who did we else? Did we have? Mark Hughes up front. Did we have Mark Hughes up front? We did. Andy Cole and Mark Hughes up front. Did we? In 95, 96, we had Andy Cole. We sold Mark Hughes. And Eric Cantona, sorry. Eric Cantona, how can I forget the legend, of course, guys? Dave, this is the thing that people are overlooking. The same erratic ways that Bruno has in midfield is the same way we see Van Dijk at Liverpool, where he usually confuses their back line. Absolutely. Spot on. Tybo, wait, a footballer who is a millionaire and let his brother work at the hospital. I don't get it. My brother wouldn't have to work if he had... Look, you know, some people, Tyborg, you know, and some people like to do things and fend for themselves. Some people like to do them for themselves. And you can see it. If you go to my Facebook, Tyborg, you're on my Facebook, right? Go to my friends list. You'll see him. And he's got photos with Bruno. You'll see it, right? Now, Ricardo, his name is Fernandes. So what I would say is this. Some people just I left East Surrey Hospital a long time ago now. It was like 2019. I left there, and then I went to St George's, and I worked there as well. So I've done a lot of jobs in my life. And look, some people study to be doctors and nurses, and I think he's a doctor. And some people study all their life to do that, and they fend for themselves, and that is respectable. Like me, like you, Tyborg. Like at my wedding, let me give you a sample, Tyborg. At my wedding, who was at my wedding? You remember Kanu of Arsenal, right? I had Kanu's cousin at my wedding. Kanu's cousin, right? Okay, Ben Kanu, his name is. Kanu's cousin, right? He worked in many jobs, right? Many jobs, and he knew Nwankwo Kanu, of course, his cousin, and Nwankwo Kanu never helped Ben Kanu, and he just said that he's a bit of he's greedy and this and this and that. It could be greed, but I look at that family and I know Ricardo and I know that they're very close as a family. But it also could be, that sometimes you just want to fend for yourself. And maybe he has helped them. I don't know. They don't really talk about money, guys. But that was a while ago. That was 2019. I haven't been in contact with Ricardo for a while, so I don't know what happened there. Like, to be honest with you, he's on my Facebook. I see him with Bruno a few times this year, but I haven't really kept into touch. But look, that's just the way it is sometimes, isn't it? Me, as the way I was brought up in my culture, the first thing I do, not only my family, my friends as well. I would look after my family and friends before I do anything. That is the most important thing for me. But some people don't think like that, Thank you, Tybo, for the super chat, my guy. Thank you very much. Really appreciate you, Tybo. Thank you for the super chat. You're an absolute legend, and you're credit to this channel. You're an absolute diamond, mate. I hope you have a fantastic Friday. I know it's international break, but enjoy the Germany game. I think Germany are playing today. Mo is secretly an honorary Arsenal fan. Oh, Mo is getting called out here. He's getting called out here. Mo is an Arsenal fan. Yeah, no. Mo supports Al Ali. No, Mo supports Inter Milan. Mo supports Inter Milan. And he supports Inter Milan. He's a big Inter Milan fan. I know that. Yeah, have you seen his reaction on the Inter Milan games last season? If that's not an Inter Milan fan, I don't know what is. My goodness me. I mean, yeah, passion. Do you make like a Mediterranean breakfast? I don't really eat breakfast. I don't eat until 12. I used to eat breakfast. I did like a croissant in the morning. I did like a pona chocolate. I did like that when I was younger, but guys, I have cholesterol because it runs in my family, so I couldn't eat that anymore. I had to start. Now I run 7 days a week. I run 3 marathons, and I can't eat breakfast anymore. I eat at 12. Yeah, and when I eat at 12, I probably have some tuna or some yogurt, something like that. But it's Friday, so if Friday I go out. Friday I go out. I do have something to eat. But you know what I would say is that I do like a Mediterranean breakfast when I'm on holiday. If I'm in Europe, I do like a Mediterranean breakfast. Yeah, I do. Jordan Henderson should retire. Big up Samuel, by the way. Bit of Joe from international football. I agree. Angel Gomez should be playing for England. Yeah, he's playing for Lille at the moment, isn't it? I don't think he's been playing as well as he should. We won it all. We've seen a lot. Absolutely. Oh, man. Big up, my friend. Good afternoon, mate. Big up, Santos. What's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. We need Baleba type player because we already have Anderson type player in our academy. True say. Big up, Santos. Hope you're doing well. Did all Liverpool fans want Arnie slap? Not all of them. They're on the brink, though. They're on the brink. A lot of them are saying I'm going to give him a chance, I was on the stream the other. Funny enough, I was on Judge Mo's channel the other day, and there was a Liverpool fan who didn't want him sacked yet. Bullies be coming for refs. Bullies becoming refs. Yeah, that's what it is, guys. Yeah, revenge, power trip. You know what I mean? Burger King is better than McDonald's. I would say that. But don't eat any of them. They're bad for you. Don't eat it. Trust me, don't eat it. I worked at McDonald's. It was my first job. Flipping burgers was my first job, guys. Absolutely. Flipping burgers, like some people's opinions. Flippers, flip-floppers. I was flipping burgers. It was my first job, £3.65 an hour. Finished college at 5, get to work at 6, and work till 11 at night. Walthamstow, East London. Yeah, mate. Absolutely. I am my early prediction, says Kenny, against Everton is 2-0. Man United going to be another scrappy game. Kenny, I am kind of expecting City, Arsenal, and Spurs to be dropping points next weekend. We need. Jig, what's going on? Jig, what's going on? Bootia, what's going on? Sal, how is Baleba deal imminent? Sorry, just joined. Agreed with the player, mate. The player wants to go to Man United. Big step. However, it is imminent, but that depends on two factors. One is Brighton, how much Brighton want, Brighton Hove Albion. And the other one is Carlos Baleba's performances for the rest of the season. And this is why I don't think it'll come in January, by the way, because I think Man United are going to analyze the deal. They're going to wait until the summer, in my opinion. But guys, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate everyone in the house, guys, of course. Really appreciate everyone. Don't forget to smash a like on the video, guys. Let's try and get to 100 likes by the end of the day. Thank you so much, everyone who's joining me. Guys, I might be back for Chatterboxer, I might not. It depends. But guys, don't forget to put your notifications on so whenever I go live, wherever I am, you will know. Guys, okay? Whatever channel I'm on. So, guys, thank you so much. Have a great day. Enjoy your Friday, wherever you are in the world. I'm Sal Warner. Please don't forget to put the notification on, smash a like, and subscribe if you're lurking in the distance or in the shadows, whatever you're doing, guys. Thank you so much. I'm Sal Warner. This is Breaking Dawn. See you soon. Peace.